Yeah. Marbles tomorrow?
Get your balls out, man.
I'm gonna have my balls on your table.
Who was it that pitched marbles last weekend? That was you, wasn't it?
That was me.
Yeah.
Because you were something you were trying to get done. It wasn't playing. Oh, it was the demo.
Resident Evil 8 demo. Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I missed that window. So I was like, throw some marbles out there.
The plan was Resident Evil 7, and here you are, marbles. I'm like, all right, we can do marbles.
You need to click.
It turned out good in the end.
Yeah, you need to get that clip for your audio, and then it's like the thing where they say, "I'm gonna lose my marbles."
Oh, that reminds me. I got another sound to clip out of my last Resident Evil DLC playthrough.
Oh, so this is one thing I'm working up right now. I'm trying to find, and I'm working with a couple of others to not steal because they're giving me access, some of their streams and do voiceovers, like game play-by-play game stuff over their streaming and talk through like what they're doing and stuff like that. So Free for Gaming was playing Monster Hunter. And he comes running into a fight on his mount on the new Monster Hunter Rise, and he jumps off his mount, jumps into a fight, literally gets blown back by the enemy, picked up, shaken about, thrown on the ground, and then slammed. And it literally immediately to my mind came Mighty Mouse's "Here I Come to Save the Day." And so I was going to voice over it, and I was going to use that little soundbite from my YouTube video, and then I'm going to be like, "Oh crap!"
That's brilliant.
All right, so we are officially live. So now everybody's not going to say a fucking thing.
What? Nope. Let's keep going. What are we afraid of? We're all streamers here. Why would we climb up?
Freya's just popped in.
Freya's in.
All right, everybody, welcome. This is TwitchCord Podcast, Season 1, Episode 3. Officially, so we are live. We are here for you. We have Vincinerator somewhere over on that side.
Hello.
We got Dirty Rat Gaming down in the corner, and surprise guests. Last minutes, we've got the Bushies in the house right here. Yes, they are in. I blame them for It Takes Two because I'll be streaming that tomorrow, so it's their fault that I'm going to be playing that. Excellent game, by the way.
Yes, it is.
So again, welcome everybody that's just tuning in. We're going to give a bit of people just to get the funnel in because I just posted out all the posts. Woods, what's up? I hope work is good. I got your replacements, Woods. They're right here.
Right there. Right below.
Hello.
What's up?
Woods, we got you in the next one for sure. We'll get you going in one of the future podcasts for sure. Woods, stay safe. I hope work is going smoothly for you and all that other fun stuff. Other than that, TwitchCord Podcast. We talk about games. We talk about streaming. We talk to you guys in the chat. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to have fun. We're going to hang out. This is totally, it's for you guys. Again. Oh, by the way, hold on. This is for me.
I was about to say,
my game.
Isn't this all for you, Rhino?
This is all for me.
Okay.
Rhino minions. That's all
and that's why I'm boycotting and doing this Jim Morrison the Door style. You can see the back of my head.
It's a better look for you anyway.
The back
it is a better look.
It is, yeah. Turn around. No.
It's a much better improvement to look at the back of my head than it is the front of my head.
There you go. So everybody's in the chat. If you want, host my channel up. It will put this podcast on your channel. The more people we have hosted, the more viewers we'll get in, and the more fun we're going to have. As well, at the end of our podcast, we will randomly select somebody that is active in the chat to raid them and bring all these awesome viewers to you guys and show that community support as well. I could just raid myself, but I haven't figured that out yet. So. What do we got in here? Dragon's Realms in the house. Another Rhino minion is in the house, I see. Smiley Face. She will be my co-streamer for tomorrow morning for It Takes Two.
Smiley's asking if the free version is sufficient for your stream tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we'll play as far as we can for the free version and stuff like that for you. Not a problem.
I mean, you get episode 1 with the free version of the game anyway, so it should run sufficiently.
And it is quite long too.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Yeah, as long as it's like in a couple of hours, we'll be good. It's all good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because from what I watched you guys play, for the amount of stream, that was perfect amount of time for that first.
Yeah, and
it was perfect.
We're just over halfway as well, so we've got a ways to go.
Well, you guys played it. You streamed it twice so far, right? Yeah, I only saw the first stream so far. So
yeah, we streamed it twice, about 4 hours time. But again, we're just over halfway, so let's go.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It's a phenomenal looking game, and the mechanics, it looks awesome. So I can't wait to try it out. Smiley is going to be my my co-victim in that. She will be streaming it as well on her channel. So definitely keep an eye out for her channel, my channel tomorrow. 10 a.m. my time. I think it's 9 a.m. her time in North America, and you figure it out everywhere else.
Y'all should do a tracker to track how many times each of you lets the other one die.
That's a good idea.
Oh, well, you should. These guys down here will be perfectly doing that.
I couldn't imagine playing a tandem partner game like that with my partner in the house with me. I would be like, I'm sorry.
Just sorry I didn't let you win that tug of war.
Yeah, like I absolutely know I'm going to take an elbow to the head when I'm in sleep that night.
Yep. Yeah. I hope there's walls between the two of you while you're playing this.
There we go. Bipolar out of order. Welcome.
What's up, Brian?
Is in the house. Lady S herself jumped in. What is going on, you guys?
Let's go.
So yeah, we've already just boosted up to 16 viewers right away. So we got a bunch of people here. Again, we're going to talk about games. We're going to talk about streaming. But first, we're going to let the new guests talk about themselves because they're brand new and we got to give them the inaugural. How you doing?
Oh, damn. Wow. Hello, everyone.
Put them on the spot right away.
I'm Mr. Bushi. I'm a new Twitch streamer. I've moved from Facebook. On Facebook, I used to have a channel which I kindly gave over to my partner, Shan, Mrs. Bushi, and then moved originally over to Twitch. But we're here to stay now. We're part of the TwitchCord family again, and we ain't going anywhere, baby. It's nice to be here again. It's nice to be back. Shan, go for it. That's my intro done.
I'm Mrs. Bushi and I can be socially awkward. No, I've been trying to build myself up from Facebook to Twitch. Obviously, these guys are amazing. They're always popping in and saying hi. Amazing little family. It makes everything so much easier. And if anyone ever needs help, contact any of these guys. I promise you will get the help you need.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
As far as games and stuff, though, we kind of play anything, don't we? I mean, at the minute, I'm kind of playing like Dead by Daylight more, but I mean, I'd request to do some horrors, which I'm not looking forward to. Thanks, guys. Just soon. But...
By the way, just to say, Chantel's horror channel is coming for her reaching affiliate. I've not forgotten anyone in the chat who has been part of her channel and wants her to play a horror game.
To be fair,
it is coming.
Yeah, I did say I'd do that.
Yeah.
Phasmophobia in VR.
Oh
no, I'm not that brave.
She'd run into this wall. I'm not even kidding you.
I really would.
And that's why you have live camera on people with VR.
For the Bushies, how long have you guys been streaming for?
For me, it's been on and off for a year. God damn, that's been a long time.
Yeah, I've been in some of yours, but for me, it's
19th December, 18th December.
Yeah, it's not been long really, but obviously I've been helping him with like editing videos. God, I can't speak. And doing all behind the scenes stuff. But then, we said about me doing it as well. And
it worked out good. I stumbled over Mr. Bushi on the Facebook days back in way back in that drama. So we've been supporting each other's channel way back in the early parts of the Facebook days and stuff like that. So that's how I met these guys. Absolutely, if you have not checked out Mr. and Mrs. Bushi's channels, please do. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
We'll not regret the fun and the joke.
It gets a bit dark in our chats, just to say. If anyone's not looking for the 18+ rated streams, we're probably not the people you want to go see for that one. Apologies for that.
When you were doing the jokes with bipolar there, Sean liked the difference between erotic and exotic jokes. You really liked that one.
That was so funny.
That was good. That was good.
That's why I cracked up some on somebody else's stream the other night from hanging out with them playing. I ran off the 7 words from George Carlin.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey,
They're like,
Gorm, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, Gorm. Mart Liv, how you doing, girl? Welcome. Everybody that's just tuning into the stream, welcome. So if I missed anybody as we're going through, hopefully my auto shoutouts are still popping out in the chat at least.
Yeah,
We
your
won't have any
Vincinerator auto shoutouts are working in the chat.
Yeah, so
We got you covered.
there we go. Because I don't have the arm board turned on and it's not connected to any of this stuff. But we do have our Streamlabs alert boxes do put up. So anything that's related to follows, raids, and all that should pop up on the screen, hopefully. Other than that, we've got two other guys here. We got two others, another fellow Canadian and our fellow visitor from down south in Texas, the one and only, the Dirty Rat. So if you want to take it over there, Dirty Rat.
Hi.
And we're done.
So yeah. Hello. Well, no, absolutely. Hey, been streaming now
Is this
for
my therapy
just to kind of
class?
throw that in, right? I'm addicted to streaming. So been streaming though since last September, but joined over on Twitch just in January. So it's a learning process. Brand new computer though that I'm now trying to relearn everything again because I have to set it all up again. You know what? I almost came to the realization this morning to say that I feel like everybody should purposefully break their systems, essentially to just wipe it out one day. Just wipe it and try to rebuild it and reset it, because it is frustrating, but also like, oh, now I know how this works.
Vince has redid his system not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yes,
You did one of your systems not too long ago, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah,
but I also see his hairline, and I don't want that.
That's true. Well, you're always wearing a hat, Dirty Rat. Like, look, I don't know if we want to talk about hairlines.
That damn.
You know what?
From
You
the
know
ass
what?
up.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, rebuild. There we go.
I feel out of place.
That's the stunt toupee. Hold on.
Yeah. Rebuilding a streaming rig is not fun. But I have found a way to turn OBS Studio into a portable version so I can back it up now. So we'll see how the next refresh goes.
Cheating.
No. I've rebuilt it 4 times. Dirty Rat. I know.
Look
how
here,
it's done.
IT. That's cheating.
I run 2 OBSs the same way. I've got the main one for the stream, and I've got a portable one set up for my YouTube recording and stuff like that. So the plugins and everything don't mess up each other. So if I go oops on one, it doesn't break the other one.
But
listen, when you have a Wave, a Stream Deck, and a dual PC setup,
look at the name dropping. Look at the name drop.
You want to minimize. You want to minimize what you need to do to rebuild that thing.
Look at the.
He says it with such a smile on his face as well.
I know, right?
Look at him.
I mean, if I didn't know better, I would have said he was British, because he was like, "I've got the Wave 3." He just went completely braggadocious on all of that, name dropper.
Hell yeah!
This video is sponsored by Elgato.
And I wear an Elgato socks.
By the way, Elgato, I'm waiting for my free one. Hurry up.
Right?
That's right.
But
Elgato's for everyone.
Hey, look, American here, back to me.
Always about the Americans, ain't it?
Hey,
God.
we're not always the first to be there, but we're the last to leave. So, with that said, happy to jump in and help everybody out. I know I've been following all of these fine people and following a lot of y'all. So, hey, if y'all ever need multiple people to jump in, I have 2 accounts, and I'm happy to share them both to you. So definitely just reach out and let's just continue to build. Again, no small streamers.
Yeah. There's no sense. Yeah, I agree. No.
I'm a big streamer now because Rhino came to my stream. I'm a big streamer now.
You're a big streamer now.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
Apparently, I go into other big streamer streams and sub bomb them to get my followers by bribing them that way. That's what was claimed. So, if you got a sub bomb from me even the last 2 weeks, you're now considered a big streamer. It's like,
Thank you, Rhino.
as you say that, I hear Lizzie's thing in the background. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I sub-bombed her twice.
I
today.
saw both of them. Yeah.
She's an absolute doll to get her going. She's absolutely I remember Vincinerater and I we sub-bombed her and bit-bombed her one day. She lost her voice halfway through that level 5 pipe stream. Like, just gone. But we love our Aussies. So Lizzie, if you're out there, hi. Welcome. In fact, Lizzie and Farmer Mick, if we can get you on the podcast one time, we will, for sure.
I'm going to have to find a way to turn down my sound if that's the case.
Turn down your sound?
Because Lizzie's going to blow my ears out with all of her cheering going on in there.
or sorry, your ears, aka earballs, because that's what Lizzie calls them, earballs. So your earballs would be popped. Also, last but not least, our fellow Canadian over here, Vincinerater.
He's
So if you have not seen him or heard of him,
Right. yeah. I'm Vincinerator. I'm mastering the work lurk these days.
Working luck.
Working and lurking.
But no twerking.
That's right.
No twerking.
That's right.
Can we have that as a third?
What? Twerking?
Work and lurk and twerk.
Work, lurk, and twerk.
All right. You asked for it. Here it goes. Ready?
Let's
Hell
go.
I'd buy that for $1
for a minute.
It's
I'm
the new
joking.
VR game.
Dirty Rat's gonna twerk. Hang on.
Oh, there's going to need to be
Screen
a whole
capture
lot of alcohol and a whole lot of biddies.
Finger on button.
You might be spreading the biddies on each work.
Yeah.
The last thing, as long as I'm not on camera with my work on my Teams chat. Hey guys,
He gets the stream. You get the stream mixed up. Oh shit, that's work.
Oh, Soulstra. Sekiro teaches me to lurk.
Secure.
Sekiro.
Yeah.
According to Soulstra. But I stream typically twice a week. Saturday, Sundays is kind of my set time. I don't know. I like my technology, PCs. I got buttons everywhere. Looking to put more buttons.
Oh, he's got a new stream deck coming.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the local PC strop to say it's in.
Oh,
We lost the bushy.
We lost the bushies.
Well, they're back. Here you are.
Bushies
He's
down.
back.
Apology.
By the way, not to cut you off, but I did get some biddies for the twerking. So
There you go. Yeah. There you
It was
go.
only so. Here you go. Here's six biddies worth. Okay, done.
Could have at least done a full rotation in your chair.
Well,
No,
no, if
that's-
he spins around,
entangle yourself with your cord.
If I spin around, I got to go to work.
Might be at work, right?
Exactly.
So if he's one rotation, he's at work. 2 rotations, he's back on streaming. So. And he's never late for work.
That's what my boss says.
All right, so everybody knows everybody. How you doing? How's chat going on? What is up?
How many more biddies before we get the twerking?
Yeah, Dirty Rat. Tell me how many biddies we need.
I said it was also going to take a lot of alcohol, and I don't have any in the house, so it's going to take a hell of a lot of biddies.
Hey, I did the
sure?
dancing monkey sober, dude.
Oh yeah. I didn't get my symbols yet. I need to find my symbols.
Was it the little accordion box there?
Smiley wants the twerking, and she wants to pick the song. Now, come on now.
There you go. Can I pick this song? Nice.
Dirty Rat Twerk Fund.
Let's do it.
Dirty Rat Twerk Fund.
Quick, Rhino, get the sub goal up there, and we're gonna get Dirty Rat twerking.
There is no amount of money that can get my bony white ass to twerk. It'll look like a skeleton trying to twerk, and it's just not going to cut it.
All right, Daryl, do we still have? I don't think we have audio on your side, dude.
Hey, it's not a stream until there's an issue.
Of course.
Cue Vincinerater.
There's always something happening.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's always
There
an
we go.
issue.
There we go.
They're just for you.
Are we here?
Yeah,
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, we're back.
We're back. Oh, now we're done. Take care.
Yep, bye. It's been fun.
Bye.
All right, so we got a few games that we're going to talk about and stuff. I know the two guys on the bottom are definitely going to be talking about Hood and a few other things popping in and out. So we're going to show a couple of things on the stream just so you guys know what are going on, what's happening, and see what new and exciting things are coming up. Let's just bring this puppy up. As you can tell, if you are on PlayStation, today's the second day of the Resident Evil 8 early demo. Basically, April 24th to 25th, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, you can play it right now, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. UK time, and 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Hong Kong time on the PlayStation 4 or the 5, 30 minutes of gameplay of the castle part of Resident Evil 8. And of course, for everybody that else that's multiplayer that you want to try out the two demos, May 1st, same kind of time frame. That is the only window you can try out the demo. If you want to try it out, go get it, install it, try it out. Check out some of these guys. They might be streaming it. Who knows? Other than that, Resident Evil 8 will be popping out. Was it May 7th, I believe?
Was it?
No.
I thought it was May 17th.
Yeah, it's May 7th. It is May 7th.
It is 7th?
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So stay tuned for that. If you guys want to check out more Resident Evil 8, that is coming down the pipe as well. Speaking of Resident Evil, we're going to show this right now for all you Dead by Daylight fans and Resident Evil fans. Here's a teaser.
Not getting sound unless there is none right.
I'm getting minimal sound.
They're starting to come through, I think.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
So there you go. You're going to have some Resident Evil stuff, part of the Resident Evil 25th anniversary in June. So if you guys are big fans of Dead by Daylight and you are fans of some of the Resident Evil stuff, you're going to be seeing more of that as it comes out.
So who do we think the boss is going to be in that?
The main
Whisker.
character?
Whisker.
Which
Or Wesker.
one is a nemesis?
Wesker?
You got
there's Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Yeah, the one
There's
is
also
Nemesis.
there's Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be a good one. Now, a quick one on Outriders. There's a new patch coming out.
Imagine that.
Yeah. The patch
Outriders? Never heard of this game.
So as you can see, if you guys want to check it out, I will link it at the end. Whenever we put this podcast up on YouTube, I will post the link for this patch thread if you want to read about the patch. I'm not going to go fully through it. Definitely, it's going to be finishing off, testing off the inventory wipe. So that's all done. So they will be posting on when that inventory comes back to you. It's not going to replace your current inventory. It's just going to add to your current inventory. And also, you possibly might get a better item. So if you got an item at, say, World Tier 5, and you got the inventory wipe, and now you're at World Tier 10, you're going to get a World Tier 10 version of that same item when it gets dropped onto you. So you might get something better. Who knows? They're going to fix some multiplayer stuff as well in the next big patch coming out. Some balancing issues in the expeditions and all that other fun stuff. Again, I will post the link so we wouldn't have to really worry about anything from that. Also, for all you Days Gone fans, there is a petition going around.
Yes,
to get
there
Days Gone
is.
2
what?
created. Oh, what? Yes. So if you guys want Days Gone 2, go over to, again, the link will be on the YouTube channel under this podcast for sure when I upload it there. You can go there, check it out, and sign a petition. Will it actually happen? Who knows? But we don't want another Last of Us remake. We want another Days Gone instead. So speaking of... Go ahead.
So I was just going to say on the Outriders, and I see that Free for put this in the Free for Gaming. So you're going to get all your equipment back so that you can lose it again?
Probably.
That just seems cruel.
It really is that what the game devs giveth, they taketh away.
Exactly.
Also, just speaking of Days Gone, and all your PC lovers out there, here's what's coming to PC.
The superior version of Days Gone.
Sega.
I miss Sega.
Your save.
Without Sarah, being a believer, leaving everything behind. Everything that mattered was gone.
I think this supports ultra wide monitors too. That'd be interesting.
It does, yeah. Yeah, they said the 21:9 is going to be included in this.
Yep.
For all you PC people out there who are grabbing this game, and if you don't, please do. Being from a person who's actually played this, I loved this game on PS4. It was incredible. But would you play it with a keyboard or mouse, or would you actually use controller?
Keyboard and mouse.
Really?
Controller.
Okay. So there is a bit of somewhat of a mixed reaction. That's interesting.
There's only
Like
one
keyboard
game
and
that
mouse.
there's only one game that I currently play on keyboard. I mean, not on keyboard and mouse, and actually use a controller at this point in time, and that's my Need for Speed, my racing game, because it's too damn hard to control a vehicle with keyboard and mouse. But
I'm gonna drift with the keyboard.
Everything, right? I mean, I did. It's just not as easy and not as fun. But every game I play is going to be a keyboard and mouse first option. I mean, if I switch to a controller, which I have the trusty PS4, it will have to be something that's just going to be made easier, to me for doing that, because I can do this, but my hands, as you can see, where's the controller? No, I mean, I need to go find out if they make man controllers.
Controllers for actual men.
Yeah, we need big. But yeah, I mean, it's just I can't comfortably. I can control my mouse and keyboard better than I can control this.
Not necessarily you need a man controller. You need one of those kids' big Fisher and Price keyboards.
Like that, yeah. Like those quote unquote those unbreakable ones,
Exactly,
every quote unquote unbreakable thing I was given as a kid, I broke.
Yep.
Including glasses. These are unbreakable. Snap 2 days later.
So Days Gone is coming to PC, as you saw. Looks like an interesting upgrade to some of the graphics as well for you guys on the PC. I will admit, I bought this game way back when it first came out. I will admit, I have never finished it yet.
Oh, you got to go back. I played through it with all the bugs at launch.
Yeah, did that.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
I have not played it, and I've thought I might play this. I just got to know that it's not a slow game, and it's got to be action packed. I mean, I can't sit there and play slow games. It's just not for me.
Oh, when you take on some of the hordes in there, there's like 100 of those little shits coming after you.
But that's the problem, is that to get that action, I'm constantly going to be trying to pick on those hordes, and I've seen how watching it last night, Physics Bounds was playing it, like it's a good way to die quickly.
Yes,
and
very quick.
And I'm going to be trying to set a bunch of booby traps and literally take on 100-man horde, because that's just I need that activity. I can't try to avoid them. I'm going to want to take them head on.
Just make sure you're well prepared to take them head on. That's all I'm going to say for that one. I have died to many a horde on that game.
And also there's also different hardness settings as well, so you can crank it up. So those hordes are holy crap hard. You can also reset the hordes once you finish them as well, so you can reset them in the game. So enjoy, because there's a lot of those shits that come out when you're in those.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try it.
Do it. It's like Sons of Anarchy meets The Walking Dead.
100%.
It's probably the best way to sum that up.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was just thinking that it was Daryl's story. Just straight Walking Dead. I mean, he's got his rough and tough motorcycle and his vest, and I think I even saw somebody had a picture of him carrying a crossbow. I was like, really? Could this be any more Walking Dead Daryl story?
Ace the Rock, I don't know why you can't hear anything. It should be just coming through your normal setup of whatever you're watching the channel on.
Yeah. I think the videos don't have audio.
The videos don't have audio. Don't worry about the videos. I have it set up so it doesn't overpower the stream. And again, some of it you don't care about the actual audio. Other than that, all the links for the games that I do show, when I put up this podcast up on the YouTube, I will post all the links as well. So you can go check out all the videos up on the YouTube channel. And again, you can leave comments as well on the podcast. So we'll either answer them right away, or I will bring them into the next podcast in the next month. So that was Days Gone. It is coming to PC. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. I think it was an absolutely excellent game. And again, I saw somebody in the chat saying it was an underrated game. I agree 100%. It's one of those gems that you stumble across. You must play it if you were on PlayStation. Now it's coming to PC. Dirty Rat, there is some slowness in the game because there is a story part, so you got to let them do their yapping and whatever. But when you're going off and you find a horde and trying to get from point A to B and stuff like that, and trying to search all the areas and stuff like that to get gasoline, fix your bike, ammo, all the stuff for crafting, you never know who's going to be popping out because you also have to clear out all the nests as well in each area. So, but
just be mindful of your gas outtake as well, because the amount of time that I wish I knew before I played that game, just go to a gas station or just pay even if you're at a base to get gas refueled, because
every time you check in.
God damn, do you need it? And pushing that bike away from a horde is not a fun situation. Just saying.
Especially when you're going click, click.
Yep.
Click.
Out of ammo, out of gas. Here's a horde.
It's such a horrible place to be.
All right, so a couple of quick videos for all you Fortnite people. So we got some extra characters coming to Fortnite for you guys.
No judgment. No judgment.
No judgment. No judgment.
So Rhino wins the Fortnite stream.
Look at Rhino catering to the Fortniters.
That's right. No, there's no comment, just silence. I'm going to ignore that comment.
All right, so that's Horizon Zero Dawn characters coming into the Fortnite, and as well, it's already there because I think I saw Lynette going after some of the Raptors already in the game. We also have another character coming in.
It changes you. For too long, I've stood on the sidelines. That ends today. Because there's a new hero in town. My name is Ray, and I'm reporting for duty.
Robo Ray Pack.
There you go. So I'm not a Fortnite person, but good luck.
Good luck.
I mean, Aloy looks cool, but it's still not enough to bring me back to the game. Apologies, Fortnite. I used to love you once upon a time long ago. You have passed.
So long ago.
Yes.
So long ago. Yeah. Also, for Soulstraw, if you're in the chat, because I saw you popping in and out, we've already seen him playing this game. So if you are a fan of these style of games, you should go talk to Soulstraw about it, because he knows the games inside out.
Yeah,
put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you.
Oh, pardon my wife, guys.
Pardon your wife. No, nobody on stream can hear that. You were good, Dirty Rat.
I was hearing it. That's why I was like, oh, pardon my wife.
I've never played this Near Replicant.
Neither have I, but I've been seeing it on everything lately. My emails, my Facebook, everything.
Yeah. I played Near Automata. I went through that. I think there's 3 or 4 different main storyline endings. It was a really good story. First stream review and who is...
I think that, yeah, Bipolar asked you a great question. I think we should probably kind of take some roundtable on that ourselves.
So she is dressed for the occasion, I see.
Oh, absolutely. Why wouldn't she be?
Hell yeah.
Again,
Less is more, right?
This unfortunately, this one's a little long, so I will just put up. It is already available.
Literally
Or will
yesterday.
be available. Yeah, it's already available. So I've seen
Literally.
Soulstraw knocking this game out. So again, if you have any questions, definitely go check out Soulstraw's. He plays a lot of these style of games, and he knows them inside out. So definitely give him a shout out and head on over and see what's going on. Because yeah, the some of the graphics that I've seen in this game are excellent, but again, not my style of game for some of it, but it does look interesting. But there's like 8 different versions of this game or something like that. There's like
8.
Totally, I've seen different ones of this, but I think it's just because of the version numbering that they do.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they just dare to be different. I think this was the first Near game, Near Replicant.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the full history of it.
All right.
I'm not sure either. I haven't played any of the other. I think the ones that Rhino's referencing, the Automata. But yeah, this looked interesting, but it's just not. Yeah, again, as you said, Rhino, it's not my type of game, but not. It may be worth the watch.
That. All right, we got that one. All right, next one is going to be one called. Or is it Wasteland 3, The Battle of Steeltown?
I want to see this.
Rangers, this is the Patriarch. Steeltown, the factory I rely on to make the guns, armor, and vehicles needed for our war effort, is apparently having some kind of internal trouble.
Now, I've never played a Wasteland. Is this an RTS style game?
We meeting yesterday. I need you to go there, find out what the hell is going on, and fix it.
I'm not sure from that. It kind of looks like that, but then it also kind of doesn't.
So again, that's another top view type game. So the camera's on the top. You're going through and you see everything going through in that way. It's been getting some pretty decent feedback from my understanding from everything I've read about it. But have I played anything before the first this Wasteland? No. So
I didn't know there was a Wasteland 1 or 2.
Yeah, like I've never heard of it until this one was getting some hype about it, so I went and checked it out. So I thought I would throw that in to see what everybody thinks of that one.
Now, Wasteland 3 look like it's already out on Steam. Looks like it's a role-playing game.
All right.
It's just available June 3rd, but that's on
one, yeah.
PS4. So yeah,
That might be an add-on to Wasteland 3, The Battle of Steeltown.
Probably
Possibly. And also, April 30th, and I know Melomanx is in the chat because I saw him. He's waiting for this one as well. So I will be streaming this one on April 30th as well. Again, my apologies that it's mostly PlayStation, but most of the games we just showed, it's
You know what?
cross-platform.
Fine, PlayStation.
I think we're PlayStation biased here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
I went on
Xbox.
Xbox. There was nothing
what?
there to show.
let's just talk about PCs. That's the only way to play.
Superior way to play, don't you mean?
I didn't say that.
I did chat. You can roast me.
I mean, I'm not saying it, but I didn't say it.
You were just tactful about it.
No, don't you game on a PS5?
Shh! Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
And to respond to Jedi, we're all adults here. We don't game on Nintendo.
Games, I know. Jedi Bandit, did you want to talk about Mario Golf?
Mario
I know
Golf.
Yeah, Mario Golf. That's coming in June 25th.
I just want to see some virtual golf. I want to see somebody ruin a television.
Or we can talk about the remake of Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. I don't think Nintendo has too much coming out here.
Well, I mean, it's
Mario
Nintendo.
Golf looks wicked. It is Nintendo.
So Mario Golf, I played a lot of Hot Shots Golf in the days. Like, that was fun. That killed hours of playing that damn game.
Mario Golf looks pretty good.
Again, that was Returnal. I will be streaming that sucker as well. You'll probably see Mellamax drop in on that one as well. That's unfortunately a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So looks interesting. Definitely. The whole planet apparently changes every time you die. Things change. You also come across your body a few times in the storyline as well. You can only carry one weapon at one time. That's it. So if you find another weapon, you got to figure out, do I really want to use this shotgun or do I want to stay with this handgun or whatever you got? Also, infinite ammo on whatever weapon you do get. It just has an overheating mechanism. So once you've shot a bunch of times, you have to wait till it cools down before you can do the next round of shooting. Yeah. From my understanding of everything I've been watching in the past 2 days of that game. But I am looking forward to that game as well. So I'll definitely be streaming that.
Yeah, I've heard some first impressions of that. Were like kind of the first impressions of Returnal from a few people was like a mix of Hades with Metroid and Control.
Yeah, I see the Control part of it. After playing Control, I can see that for sure.
I mean, that's kind of a big statement to say that it's a mix with Hades. I mean, Hades was potentially a game of the year last year. So
that was.
Oh yeah, they just won 5 different awards at which awards was it that just happened here?
I mean, I haven't played it, nor have I barely seen the game, but to be game of the year in a pandemic year when all games were trash.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, Hades has racked them in.
So speaking of, there's a question from the chat. What does the panel think of the state of Destiny 2 for anybody that's been playing Destiny lately or have left it for whatever reasons?
Let me
I actually haven't touched Destiny since the first one came out. I was kind of let down with the promise of the first game for me. So yeah, I didn't touch Destiny 2 at all. It's probably my bad. I should try it at some point.
I mean, I played it, and I'm up. I'm current on it. The problem is with that game for me is there's been no change to the game. It needed a lot of change. It needed a lot of developed story. And even though they're coming out saying, "Oh, we developed a story," all you did was rehash a lot of the original story, and you didn't change the mechanics of the game at all. It's still a little rough in some places. So even though I've got it and I don't mind playing it with friends, it is a game that I absolutely cannot play solo. It's just absolute bore.
So I played many stupid hours of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, like many hours. I still love soloing Crota Raid in the Destiny 1 on hard mode. I love soloing that. Playing Destiny 2 when it first came out, I actually enjoyed the story campaign. It was kind of funny to go beat up Gaul at the end, aka Gary.
Okay, Gary.
Fine, attack the American.
But here's the biggest problem about anybody trying to jump into Destiny 2. you'll never play the original campaign ever because they took out 4 major sections of the story of the game to put in the new stuff and to keep the game under 60 gigs on some consoles and stuff like that. Plus, all their seasons right now, it's just the same shit rehashed under a different name to give you a blue at the end as your reward, right? So the grind is not fun and it's overcomplicated. So that's one reason why I have not been back. Like I've grinded the Outriders demo for a whole month and I had way more fun doing that than jumping back into Destiny 2 for their grind. But I agree with you, Gary. I think Destiny 2 right now, you got to run with people. It's definitely not fun at its current state to try to figure out how to play the game solo or try to even figure out where the story is anymore. But the original story of Destiny 2 is the tower got trashed. Right. We're getting invaded. You lost all your loot. Everything's gone. But hey, Bungie brought everything back from the first game.
But yet I can still go there and hang out and chat with everybody. Oh, what?
Yeah, I know. So they brought everything back from the first game. Like what's the point? Like
they just got a DJ up there going reset.
Oh, I have a feeling Destiny might be turning into maybe in the direction of World of Warcraft because the base game is free, right? So they're slowly going to get rid of the Destiny 1 servers completely because they just cannot manage both of them anymore. They made the base game of Destiny 2 free, and they're in a model now that every whatever amount of months they're going to take things out and then put things in as they rotate. So my feeling is it's going to go slowly, that World of Warcraft thing where you just log in and just play Destiny type thing. So, and plus Bungie has a new IP coming out as well, a brand new IP. So who knows? Also, Sony has signed another deal with another third-party company, whatever, to get another exclusive from Destiny developers and a couple other developers that form another company for another PlayStation exclusive game coming. That's supposed to be open world shooter or something like that. Also, Sony has signed another multi-deal with Disney and Marvel to keep the Spider-Man stuff going within Sony. So Spider-Man 2, other Spider-Man stuff coming movies wise, and of course gaming stuff, and that just got done like not too long ago.
A week ago, maybe.
Yep.
And that includes, for anybody who has that Disney Plus stream, that the Spider-Man movies are about to be on the Disney Plus stream.
Exactly. Yeah. That's part of the deal as well. So
that exclusive you're talking about there, Rhino's coming from Firewalk Studios. And
I think
that was a mix of what Destiny, Halo, Apex Legends devs that formed this studio. So they're putting together some sort of multiplayer
They're all
game.
Bungie people then. Because Bungie did Halo right back in the Microsoft days when Microsoft created Bungie, basically.
So I mean, this might be the first kind of Sony exclusive multiplayer game that they're putting out there since, what was it, Mag back on the PS3 when they tried to do that massive multiplayer game.
Yeah,
because I mean, Sony's got a bunch of exclusives in a bunch of different markets, but nothing really for multiplayer. Other than Ghost of Tsushima, they kind of branched into that. And I guess The Last of Us multiplayer was a big hit. But.
Well, the Ghost of Tsushima Legends part, from the article I was reading about the Sony exclusiveness and stuff, the deal that they did is the Ghost of Tsushima did very well for that multiplayer Legends part, which I still have to try.
It's really good.
I've almost gotten the game, so I definitely got to go back in and try it. I can't wait till they make another version of that game because I really enjoyed the sword fighting in that game. It was dead on.
Yeah.
So
I also Bushy, tell your wife I'm not going to be twerking. Stop dropping bits.
Shan, she's got the kids. Wait, she added it. She's on her own one. Don't worry, the bits will be coming.
Then maybe she heard me. Then no twerking. I don't care how many bits you drop.
Another 3 there. Smurfette dropped 245 bits. Mrs. Bushy 3. Vincinerator another 100 on top of the other one.
Oh, this twerking fun's getting massive, boys. It's happening today.
It's not happening. I'm guaranteeing you that. There is no amount of booze or money that will get this ass twerking.
So that was basically those games. Now there is one game that I know two of these guys are really want to talk about, and I
Who
know
would that be?
people in the chat want to talk about because they are waiting for this. Might be a gem. We don't know.
Hopefully.
It's starting to look like a gem. Who knows?
Hey, kill it. Jeesh. Really want to see that twerking, huh?
Level 5 hype train for the dirty rats at twerk.
I'm saying spend your money wisely, people. This is a worse investment than crypto right now, okay?
Get your sunglasses for the glare.
This is a worse investment than Dogecoin. Okay, come on now. Go ahead though. By all means, throw your money at the ground.
So yes, we have another one coming up. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hood, Outlaws and Legends.
Dirty Rat with the narration.
That's the voice I really need.
You watch this trailer so many times, you can just ad-lib it.
That right there would be a sheriff's. So, for anybody who doesn't know, this game is a PvPvE. And we've talked about it on a couple of occasions, but they're kind of giving some gameplay now and some class release and some information like that. It is going to be cross-play available at drop here on May 7th. What are we looking at? A week? 2 weeks? 2 weeks away?
Yeah, 13 days.
That's early access for pre-order only, that May 7th. It actually comes out on the 10th.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely, Rockstar will not drop those out in a minute for your chat. But this game right here is the only downside to their crossplay that I've heard of here, and this is something that I've needed to get some more clarification on, is that you can't team up crossplay. You can't, like, with Bushy playing on PS5 and me on PC, we can't connect and jump into a game together. It's just going to have to come randomly. It's going to be PC can play against all PC can play against all Xbox and all PS5. You know, it's going to be like that, but you can't team up crossplay, and that sucks. But hopefully they'll make a change. But
they did say a change potentially would be coming if it's something that the fans wanted, but it would take a lot of time and effort to implement it into the game, which is fair enough. It's understandable. I can't wait for this though. Truthfully,
no, absolutely. There's so much to this game. The possibility. I mean, it's not an open world, but it is an open map. You go where you want. You do what you want to do. Within the map, there is supposedly going to be a lot of like hidden access. It's a very random game. There's only, I think, and maybe you can confirm for this, Bushy, there's only, I think, 3 or 4 maps that they're dropping with release.
4 is right, I think.
And with the randomization of this game is so much so that in those 4 maps, the main antagonist is the sheriff. Obviously, there's a PvP aspect to it as well, where you have to fight off other teams and get the prize of all the money and the trophy chest, if you will, and get it out. But there's the randomness of PvP, but there's also randomness in the PvE. The sheriff has multiple different paths that he could be on. He could be in the castle. He could be outside roaming the grounds. But he essentially has the key that you need to access the room where the treasures are all held that you got to go get. So first you got to find him, and kill him, which supposedly he is a formidable foe.
Yep.
And you also at the same time have to be on the lookout and dodging PvP coming at you from any angle. There's tanks which are in here. There's range DPS. There's melee DPS. There's healing. There's class changes, things you can set up for yourself. But here's an aspect that I hadn't really anticipated. And I knew this game was very Robin Hood-esque, which is why it really does attract me to this game, because I love Robin Hood. But this game is built in, and I think this video actually talks about it if you look it up in YouTube. You're gonna, when you win and you collect the chest and you collect the money for your win, you have the opportunity to put that money into the others, I guess, in this game, as you can call it, which is to say that you're going to share it with the people, or you can put the money to yourself and build up your own gear and all your stuff. And because of that, you build your legend by what you share to the people. And so you have to be very mindful and tactful about what you're giving to the people and what you're keeping for yourself, because you need to upgrade your stuff too. So it's a very, very different style of PvP, and it's going to be a very mindful game that you're going to have to pay attention to. And here, of course, are the list of the 4 different character types. Ranger, which, as it points out there, is going to be, I think they're going to be the ranged sniper. Yeah, and don't get it wrong, this player has a very good capability of meleeing with those bows and arrows. And in fact, you can use arrows as melee weapons in the game. So you can just grab your arrow and go shove it into somebody's neck. The hunter is a true melee class, even though they have that crossbow a la, it's a triple shot crossbow, hand-drawn crossbow, which you can also use as a knife, very much like Assassin's Creed. That right there is intriguing as hell, because they also have invisibility. So it's probably one of the first classes I will be leveling on, because that is a full-on rogue, and the Dirty Rat is not just a name.
Dirty Rat's a lifestyle.
It very much is. The Brawler is, of course, your tank, your big melee DPS, and every bit of that. I mean, literally, you see he carries around a freaking hammer, and he can one-shot people. And the Mystic, of course, is your healer, but don't get it wrong, because that sucker carries around the best weapon in the game, the flail. And he will do massive dips, too. He doesn't have the range to do the dips like a hunter or a ranger, but can still be very sufficient in his own right, because that flail I've been seeing and reading about is a nightmare. And
watching it in that video, the guy got balled by the damn flail.
Yeah, and it's a flaming flail. I mean, just literally imagine getting hit upside the head with that thing. If you don't know what the flail is and you didn't really see it that well, I don't know if you've ever watched the Game of Thrones. The last season or last 2 seasons, they brought back in Uncle Benji from the Stark clan, and that he was one of the Knights of the Black. And in the scene where Uncle Benji showed up and saved Jon Snow's ass, he drops down or lowers down a flail that's all lit up, and he lights it up while he goes to fight the demon horde. There it is right there. That is an insane weapon. I mean, I look forward to meleeing, but I want to use that too, because I want to just swing that thing and just bash people.
That does look fun. That looks like it'd hurt as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Just to say, correction for what we both said earlier, Rhonda, aka Not So Death Roof, has come in saying that there are actually going to be 5 maps on the start of the game.
Okay, I thought it was at least 4. I didn't remember. I remember 5. But in the randomization of the game, though, is
5 maps are on the screen now there, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely. Yep. The randomization of this game, though, is not only is the sheriff padding, the treasure room is not always in the same place. There's multiple places for the treasure room.
6 places for the chest can spawn.
The randomization is just, you can't just walk in and go to the same place every time. It's just not going to be like that. Now,
which it should be in games, though, shouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Truthfully.
Now, that being said, I mean, they have a limitation to their randomization. So, yeah, you'll know the 5 or 6 places to check every time. But then you also have to figure out where the sheriff is. And if you're going to be the first to attack him, or you want to lie in wait for the other people to attack. Like I said, it's a very tactile game. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out now, as far as the PvPvE style of it all. And then, of course, are you building your legend, or are you just keeping it all for yourself?
Building the legend, because
screw the people. Me, America.
It's all about you. God damn it,
America.
No, this is a platform. Just to say, Matty, this is on all platforms apart from, again, the child's platform, the Switch. I could be wrong on that one.
The platforms are on the screen now. So.
There you go.
PS4, PS5, Xbox X, assuming S as well, Xbox One, PC, Steam, PC, Epic Store. What's the deal with the cross platforming play there, Dirty Rat? Is it within the same environment, or is it truly cross platform?
Well, it is cross play in the sense that you could be playing against teams of other Xboxes or PS4s or PC players, but you just can't connect in a group cross platform. Like you two, and Vince, you're on the Xbox, but so all three of y'all play on 2 on PS5s and 1 on an Xbox, and I play on PC. We could not group up and jump into this game.
All right,
but we could get matched together.
We could potentially be matched together. Yes. The randomization again, if you will.
See, Vince has every platform, so he's covered bases. He's got every platform.
That's right. I can buy it 3 different times and play with everybody.
Oh, yes. Again, as we did earlier. Vince, go ahead and drop all your name drops.
Let's support the devs.
So,
but yeah, great game, great looking game, and yes, early release May 7th.
Yeah, if
13 days.
Pre-ordering it May 7th is definitely the time you can play. Plus, with the pre-order package as well, from my understanding, is I think you get a couple of outfits and stuff. On the PlayStation, there's 2, or as you saw at the bottom of the screen, there's 2 versions of the game on all the platforms. You can get it with the year 1 pass, or you can just get it the regular. And it's not a very expensive game as well, so it's very, very affordable if you just want to jump in and try it. Vince, Daryl, if I go this, I'll join whatever team. Just let you know, I'll probably be one of the ranger or the hunter myself, because that's just my style of playing as well.
I mean, I called out the mystic before when I see the trailers for it, to be fair.
All I've got to say is if you see the Dirty Rat on the other side, leave game.
Mate, I'm coming pants down straight for you.
Excuse me?
It's happening.
Well, now hey, don't threaten me with a good time, okay?
That's not the response I was expecting. Let's just say that.
You'll see the Dirty Rat on the other side of the map twerking. He's the only one twerking.
So that's how we're doing it.
I'm gonna be all boots and pants and boots and pants and boots.
I will delete the game if that floss dance shows up in the game.
That's a fair point. That's a fair statement.
Dance down doing the floss.
If I figure out a way to twerk in game, that's where it will happen.
All right, and I know Not So Deadproof, aka Mr. Rhonda. I'll get the proper pronoun for it, Mr. Rhonda. He's going to be streaming the game and playing the balls out of the game too. So for all you UKers, if you want his time zone to go check out the streams, you got the Bushi family. You also got Not So Deadproof, and probably a few others that are going to be streaming this a lot. So definitely check it out. I'm almost convinced to get it. I'm almost.
Yeah,
I'm still on it up on my screen on the PlayStation here. I can just hit the purchase button real soon. So
I mean, that's why you've got the Dirty Rat. That's why you've got me and Shan, and that's why you've got Rhonda. So you can check out the gameplay before you want to play it. I mean, you might not get great gameplay with me and Shan, but at least it'll be fun. But yeah,
it's not going to be great gameplay, but it's going to be fun gameplay.
Oh hell yeah!
Because somebody is going to take one of those triple shots to the rear end.
It's not going to be me. I tell you this now.
Hey, you said pants down.
You see a rhino going across the screen with 2 arrows in his ass. Like, fuck.
You said pants down, Bushy.
I did. A target, not with an arrow with it.
Target. Like literally, you're drawing a bullseye. It's a small bullseye, but I'm going to see it.
No, mine's for that flail. That's what I want it for. That's why I'm pants are down, mate. For nothing else.
Yeah, I'm gonna be yelling across the map like, you missed the left nut, you bastard.
I think Bushy just said he's going pants down for the ball and chain.
Yes, I did. We like to get kinky in this household chat.
Remember, a feather or the whole damn bird. That's the difference. So you're gonna probably see lots of hood and a bunch of stuff. What else is going on in the chat? Oh, I see a Bob Ross emote. Oh, we got emotes in the chat now. I haven't even noticed that. Awesome. Everybody that's been joining in and dropping in and saying hi to us, absolutely great. I have been picking pieces of chat questions as well for the next segment, which we are going right into, is basically streaming. all the fun stuff that comes with streaming and all the interesting things, advice or any questions and stuff like that you want to ask about streaming, feel free. You've got the four of us, experts in whatever we do. Either way, I can sit on my thumb all day. I'm still an expert. But we're here. So if you've got any questions about streaming, just drop them in. We will try to figure out and pick different questions and go over it and just go over our own experiences of streaming and hopefully help you guys out with any advice that we have and stuff like that. And don't forget, we are going to randomly select somebody from the chat to raid after the podcast. So definitely, just a warning for you guys, in a half an hour, you guys might want to get your streams up and going just to have them going, because we are going to keep an eye on whoever's live at the moment. And then when we get to the last of this final hour, we will bomb you with a raid. And if I throw you a sub bomb, hey, you're a big streamer now, apparently. So.
You're not going to let that one die, are you?
Dirty Rat and we were talking about it a couple of days ago. We were just having a blast about it.
I mean, you've got to, because you have to be deluded to think that, to be fair, not going to lie.
Well, again, for everybody that does not know what happened and stuff like that, apparently there was some accusations about myself and my channel and how my channel is growing and why TwitchCord is around and stuff like that. So I wrote a nice little post, very, very, very politically correct in my choice of words in that post as well, to make sure that I got my point clear across, and to state, like, I have no problems with people assuming this. I will challenge it for sure. But just remember, if you're going into your streams and talking about other streamers and other that and stuff like that, remember, it's a public stream. Everybody can go watch your VODs, go find out what happened and all this stuff. So what do you think is going to happen? Word does get around. For the part of me building TwitchCord for my own personal gain for the channel, that's kind of an insult to all the founding members of TwitchCord. In the first 2 weeks of when we created TwitchCord, is considered a founding member of TwitchCord. You're pretty much insulting all of them right at the very beginning there, because that means all of them are doing it for self-gain. But then again, maybe they are.
But then again, I am American.
Yeah. Dirty Rat does it for he's still looking for his royalties for all the little rats and all the other
damn right. Damn right. Thieving asses.
Yeah, so there was those kind of accusations that, and it's, again, not the reason why we built TwitchCord in the first place. The TwitchCord's there. It's a community of streamers, gamers, and supporters that are very like-minded of growing the community and helping out everybody in the best way that they can, because not everybody's in the same time zone. Everybody's at different levels. Everybody's got personal life to deal with and stuff like that. But if you can spend that 3 minutes and a couple of member streams to say hi, that's very helpful. That is also very good. If you got a legitimate people asking questions or asking for help, I've seen lots of TwitchCord members jump on the gun and go and ask for help and everything. And Dirty Rat knows exactly I'm trying to do this without laughing. But we have also had a few other people do the assumption that I only go into big streamer streams and drop sub bombs to get my followers, which is, again, I sub bomb whoever I want.
That's how I know I'm now a big streamer, since you sub bombed on me.
That's right. You guys all got promoted. So in the last 2 weeks, if you got sub bombed, you're now a big streamer. Fuck them all. You're just a big
no small streamers.
No small streamer here. No. Like, look out, Stone Mountain. We've got some big streamers coming to you now.
Yeah. Hold on now. Hold on. We said big streamer. I mean, I'm 6'2", 250. I'm a big streamer. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's right. I think it's Smiley Face. I think it's her. She's like 5 foot something. So she always says, I'm the small streamer, because she's tiny. But anyways, for all that, I challenge any of those assumptions to my channel, anybody's channel that thinks for whatever they're doing and stuff. So that statement was put out, and of course, I'm going to have fun with my sarcasm on my streams about that in any way, shape, or form. And if anybody knows me, I like my sarcasm. So.
Rhino, you need to pre-record that and put that button on your stream deck.
Yeah, because I'm getting old. I might forget what I was saying before.
That's right. That's right.
Sarcasm is my second language.
Pre-recorded rant. Just put a big old rant button on there.
Oh yeah, the Rhino rant.
It's just going to be a picture of a soapbox. Let me
there
get
you go. Mart lived. There you go. Mart lived. She's only 5'1", so we might have to get her a phone book to make her a big streamer or something to sit on.
I want to put everything in perspective here for you, Mart Live, because as well as everybody else that's like 5'3" and under, just to kind of throw a little shake, a little scare at people who aren't parents or maybe who are. My mom is 5'3". I was born at 2 feet tall.
I feel sorry for that hospital.
Ouch. 10 pounds, 9 ounces, 24 inches to any of you moms out there to help scare the hell out of you. Oh, and a full head of hair. I came out just grinning.
They're like,
at least it wasn't just hair on your bum.
So, yeah, the doctor literally was like, how big a boy are you? I'm like, well, you tell me.
Yeah, he came out and slapped the doctor instead.
Well, actually, that happened because the doctor couldn't finish the job. I mean, I was stuck for 20 minutes, so too big.
So that's basically a story on my end on that rant and stuff like that. And apparently the hashtag Rhino Minions has come up with some of the streamers that I have been supporting. So I have been following that fun, and you're all my minions now, basically. So welcome to the minions.
Run as fast as you can.
run now. But yeah, so it was an interesting couple of weeks back then. It's all good. If anybody's got a problem with this channel, I just like it would be more beneficial if you directed your problem directly to me about the channel versus just going to another admin. Because even in TwitchCord, if you're going to another admin complaining about another admin, what do you think the admins do about the complaint? They talk to each other about the complaint. So,
hey, Rhino, did you hear?
I know. What did I hear? Jeez. Oh no, we're complaining about Vincinerater. We don't talk to him. Don't worry about him.
What? He's only on at 6 a.m. Forget about it.
Yeah, 6 a.m. Nobody else is up.
I mean, I'm going to bed, but what the hell,
You're streaming, you can.
Yes, exactly. We did have a question that I'm gonna put it towards all you guys here that are in here. It's a pretty good question. On the podcast chat, your first streamer view. Who influenced you as a streamer?
Vinny? Yeah, I'll let you take this one.
That's a good question. I mean, because before I really started Twitch streaming, I wasn't really very active on Twitch. I mean, I knew about Ninja and a few of the other bigger streamers there, drawing a blank on names, but I never really watched Twitch streams until I started becoming a streamer, and then it kind of clicked, and I started understanding what the Twitch culture was all about and the networking and all of that. So I'd say nobody in particular that kind of streaming. I just kind of decided one day going, hey, I'm playing video games. Why not try streaming them?
So. Fair.
Yeah.
I'd say mine. I used to watch a lot of Tim the Tatman. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows him. Anyone watching?
Twitch streamer.
Yeah, now he's just... I used to watch him in the days of when he played CSGO, Overwatch, when he had hair, basically.
Damn.
Yeah, a long time ago. But it was his humor that got me to watch him constantly. It wasn't like I could watch your ninjas, as Vinny said, or Scump for Call of Duty. I could watch the 1%ers of the people that play games who are really good, but half the time I'm just watching for the entertainment value. And that's why I found Tim. And he is one of the funniest streamers I've ever seen, and I still sub to him to this day for that reason, because I can't get out of my Tim roots for some reason. He's just a funny man, and he's got better with gaming over the years, but that wasn't what you came to his channel for. It was for the content itself, not just the games that he was playing. So yeah.
Cool. Myself, influence. I didn't really watch many streamers when I first started streaming, honestly. But I did watch a lot of YouTube, whether if they were streaming live or just watch their videos. RX Gaming was a big channel that I watched back in his early days, like before he was starting to lose weight and get in shape on stream as he was doing stuff. And I think his beard was like maybe my length before his beard. Now his beard's like down to here now, or something like that. But RX Gaming, very informational. And then he's got his own group of his RX game team, like 269 and a few others. I think a Cyborg Angel is part of her group, as his group as well. That does that's part of the Outriders Ambassadors, and that's how I stumbled across her channel. Then I watched a few streams here and there, but I started on YouTube first before I came over, finally popped onto Twitch. So I didn't actually watch any Twitch streaming at the beginning. I knew about Ninja, but I'm like, yeah, okay, you're getting $30 million from whatever platform. I really don't need to watch your channel. I just know you're getting $30 million. And I don't have any hair to dye blue, so I can't do that.
Hey, just what,
could always
just get a cap. Just get you a cap.
Yeah,
just make sure it's make sure it's not chroma key, because I don't want to see like half your head.
Or just shine it. Do you know what I mean? Homer Simpson it. Put it in a bowling ball machine. You'll be fine. It's okay. I'm sure it'll do no lasting.
Let's get a hype train for the Blue Man Group Rhino.
Look like an actual
exactly, Miss Bushy. You're on same page right here. Same page.
So influence wise, that's I don't really had, but I had my friends, my gamer buddies. They're the ones that kind of influenced me to, yeah, you should go into streaming and stuff like that. And like I will admit, at the very beginning, I had no clue what I was doing. Some of my videos still proof that I had no clue what I was doing. But as the community grows and as I continuing learning about streaming and the different platforms and what I can do and how the community reacts and how the community grows as well, like it's awesome because now I stream because the community is here and I have fun when the community jumps into the stream and say, hey, how's it going? So that's the main influence, like I would say for me is the viewers, you guys, the community. You guys are the ones influencing me to stream, basically. But other than that, like as I said, I started on YouTube, which was basically make a video, post-production, put it up. Make a video, post-production, put it up. So I didn't even do any live streaming on YouTube in those days.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, gloves are out. Let me.
The gloves are down.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the compliment on the Hulk stuff. It's just some of my favorite stuff, and those are just, of course, some of the comic book covers that I could find that were all put up. So, kind of a shout out to our and maybe just if anybody is curious about going back and watching episode 2. Definitely talked about it in episode. Was it episode 1 or 2? I think it was 2. Where I talked about use what you have for your stream. A lot of people talk about getting green screens and setting all that up. Hey, go buy a sheet and whatever from Walmart or wherever you got a local store and hang a sheet up. But I had I had a little extra cash and I went and bought a piece of wood. I've got a fabric around that piece of wood, and I had all these things that I've had in the past, so I grabbed those and I just mounted all those up. And of course, over here on the side, you've got all my Hulk stuff, and I've even got right here in front of me my little posable Hulk. So thank you so much for that. But as far as like streaming influence and whatnot, when pandemic started and they sent us home to work from home, I literally, my job is like I can work really, really hard for 5 hours and then not have anything to do for 3. But I still have to be at my computer in case anything pops up. So when that was going on and I hadn't set up all of my mobile access yet to be able to watch it from my phone, I actually started, pulling up streams, and I started watching people at Facebook, which was obviously, as mentioned earlier, Stone Mountain, and seeing the connection that he had with that community. And And a lot of people, of course, give him hell now because he is such a big streamer. He can't stop and talk to 3 million people, but he will definitely set it. He's got it set up so that he can try to communicate with as many people as he can. But obviously, when 15 to just the other day, he broke his record viewership of concurrent viewers. He hit 63,000 or something like that concurrent viewers at one time. And that was amazing just to watch that. And I know that there's some people on like Tim the Tapman. He honestly every day has 30, 40, 50,000 plus watching concurrent viewers. So that kind of connectivity is super interesting to me. And as somebody else put out in the chat as well, it's a great thing to be like a part of somebody's day that is looked at as being like, hey, that was fun. That was an interesting way to spend my time and to connect with somebody and communicate. And like I said, that's kind of where it drove me originally from that Stone Mountain to say, you know what, I can play games. I've got the tools to stream. I can communicate with people. I like communicating with people. I've never had a problem with public speaking. So hello, everybody. So yeah, at that point I was just like, screw it. Let's just try this. And it was, of course, people talk about, people get into it for the money. The money is a byproduct of the good time you're having. And that's, I've never looked at it as potentially like how this is going to make me money. Although every penny I do make from it goes right back into the stream. So
yeah.
So it literally has, if there's a profit, it's the pieces that are around me. It's not pocketed profit. So, that is that a potential goal one day? Sure, it's a goal. You can't deny that it's a goal. It's a goal for everybody to be able to have that extra funds in your pocket from doing something you love. So that's just where it drove me to. I just wanted to have fun, meet new people, and unfortunately, the times that I play video games, that is usually 9-10 p.m. my time, which all of my sucker friends that have jobs where they have to be up at 7 a.m. They can't play with me late at night. So I was like, screw it. I'll get online and find other people to play with. So streaming was a good way to find people to play with that weren't toxic.
Well, I remember the days where I would jump into Dirty Rat's stream. Hey, how's it going? I would go to sleep. And then like 8 hours later, 7.5 hours later, I pop up to get ready for work. I pop in on the way to work. I'm like, fuck, he's still streaming.
Still streaming. Yeah, but that's,
in fact, I could still pick up on the conversation.
That's the love of doing what you do.
So yeah,
and that still happens from time to time.
I miss those 15-hour streams that you used to do there, Gary.
Well, I started watching a lot of tools and tips and whatnot for streamers, and it was the number one thing I kept hearing recurring over and over from everybody that it was anybody that streamed said, "You want to be a streamer? Stream less. Find more to do with your offline content," and that's really where I've been working on more recently, is trying to develop at my editing capabilities and using other tools outside of streaming to really help build, a followership, a community. And so that's where I've kind of, I've stopped. I tend to only do between, at most 6 now. I think is my longest stream recently. I think I did have one that was 8 hours, but it was split up. So
anybody that needs help for taking video clips from your streams and stuff like that and want to convert it for TikTok or Instagram and stuff like that in that format and have no experience about video editing and stuff like that, definitely check out this website. It is free to use. All you really need to do is add the URL to where the clip is or upload the clip directly to the website. Pick your format, template, how you want everything set up, hit process. It spits out your proper format of the video, so you can upload it to your TikTok, Instagram, or whatever other social medias that you want to use. So a great little tool. It's free, and definitely I do recommend checking it out if you ever get a chance. And again, I will leave it in the YouTube upload of this podcast. I will post it in the link there as well. So if you have not checked it out, please do. It's actually a great little tool to use. Unless you got some videoing software that you're familiar with, doing the formatting stuff. It's all fun and game. And the comment about green screens being overrated, it's personal preference, green screens, honestly. I use it just because I really don't want to show all the crap behind me. because most of the time it's either an animal barfing in the background or some boxes that are right behind me and stuff like that.
Kids just randomly running in one day,
Exactly. So I use that because I prefer my streams to have a nice clean look. So you see mostly the game, not the crap behind me.
not
But,
over cluttered.
the other side of the coin, there's people that like to have no non-screen, no green screen, and just show everything they got, and that's perfectly fine as well. I know Jedi Bandit uses to have him, so he's sitting in different Star Wars themed environments in his green screen as well. How he does it, and again, a green screen can be also done software based, depending on the software you're using for streaming, as well as just like I just use a piece of fabric. This was like $15. The only downside about this piece of fabric is it's not thick, right? So any light source coming behind, like you can see my hand right through it, any light source coming behind it will distract the green screen. So
Well, I
make
don't know
sure
if I don't know if you
you
saw
put something thick behind it.
to that point there, Rhino. I don't know if
yeah.
you saw. Physics said he uses a green poster board.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
use
I've heard that as well.
cardboard. Yeah, because you can even just post a cardboard behind the screen so it doesn't go, or just use a green screen on one side and get another type of light type of drape that blocks out all the light on the other side, so nothing behind you, unless you're putting it up against a wall. You're good. You can do what Physics said, just have a big poster board, it's green, or whatever color you're using for the chroma key. The other thing I do suggest about using a green screen, if you do decide it, even if you don't use a green screen, proper lighting is very important with a green screen to work properly.
And that is fun.
Yeah, so
That is fun.
I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to tilt. I got a key light right there. So that is actually high up above my head, and it's angled at a 45-degree angle to hit the green screen behind me. That's to avoid any shadowing and stuff like that. And also keeps the green screen nice and lit up. So when I do add the filters, you don't get all these weird ghosting pixelations through the green screen. Don't forget the camera you're using as well. If it's a lower quality camera, the camera is trying to figure out what to do with these filters that you add to it for the chroma. So you might look Indian red or bright orange, depending on how it's trying to adjust the light source for the camera as well. So
For example,
just a heads up.
changes a quick change to my ring light changes everything about my stream.
Yeah.
The way that it displays blue light, a natural light, white light. So you got to find what actually works best for you, dig through it. Also, don't worry about, dig into some videos on some streamers. They actually post up a lot of videos about how to set up your cameras. Yep. But I'm using right now, this camera is my cell phone. It is.
Do you know what?
I've got a better cell phone camera than you could ever buy on a webcam, unless you're going to buy a DSLR camera. Your cell phone is better. So if you've got a spare cell phone that's in the last 5 years, use it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people now converting over to the cell phone way of doing it, mobile phone way, because it's just so much simpler. And the one thing that I've tried to now implement more in my streams is to get off like my phone if people message me or things like this. Like, this is a business at the end of the day. I need to treat it as I'm going to work. I'm clocking in, I'm clocking out. So when you're using your phone as your physical camera, you can't look at it because you're physically using it as a camera.
And clocked out, right?
Yeah, I just feel like it's a beautiful thing to use a phone. If you haven't got the funds to obviously upgrade to a professional, or not even a professional, a proper actual DSLR camera. DSLR?
Yeah. The thing with the DSLR cameras as well you got to watch for is battery drain on those suckers.
Yep.
Also, try not to use the autofocus. Try to keep it in manual focus and set if the camera is never going to move. This way, if you do any movement or show things, it doesn't autofocus, blur things out, and then and all that stuff with the cell phones. And I know Dirty Rat has been testing this with his cell phone, is making sure the power source is still good and your camera is not super furry as it walks by. And
what furry? I've never heard of this furry camera. Please explain.
Yeah, make sure the cats don't steal the camera and then take off with it.
Hey, nobody wants to see your butt. Get out of here. Look, oh,
I mean, yours,
hey,
then yeah, we're talking,
hold on,
but
hype,
not the
hype
cat.
train,
Yeah.
twerking. Here you go.
there's the twerking.
Twerking completed. Twerking achievement conquered.
No.
Yeah, so physics is saying it cost him like, $575. Yeah, so yeah, duct tape, attach it to their wood board. That works very well. But again, not necessarily that everybody wants to use a green screen. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's purely your personal preference of what you want to use for your stream and how it looks. It's not mandatory in any way, shape, or form. Like if you got a bunch of Hulk things on the screen, go for it, because that's what Dirty Rat's got. You got a nice geometric shape like Daryl's got behind him.
That's going, mate. I'm getting a green screen tomorrow. It's already been ordered. It is coming.
Imagine if your chroma key picked up on those like off-tone oranges.
Please don't. That's going to hurt me. I'm going to have to spend too much time dealing with that tomorrow. It's not going to be a good day.
He's going to be like, what? All you really need to do, Daryl, is just get green paint and just paint that board green.
That's what we thought about, just getting the actual green paint.
All you need to
And
do.
let me tell you this, and this is something I don't know about everywhere in the world, but obviously where I'm at, you can ask if like in my apartment that I have, I asked and they said, yeah, sure, we'll do that for like anywhere from between $50 to $100. They'll paint the wall for you so that you're not responsible for anything as far as how that wall's been painted in a different color and have to repaint it later. They'll include it into your sign in, and you can have them paint their wall to a chroma key green if you'd like. And that way it's the wall. All you got to do is put a light on it and you're done.
Yep.
And that's just when you move into an apartment.
Yeah, paint your wall there, chroma key green, and then you can put some sort of like fancy Hulk
and then
videos
when I wear my Hulk shirt, it's going to be an empty hole in my chest where my heart normally is.
Sure.
Wait a minute. This has become too insightful. I can't talk anymore.
For everybody that's in the stream chat, get your streams up and going. Get them up and going, because we're all four of us are going to be keeping an eye out on who's going to be streaming right now. In like a half an hour, we're going to look for somebody to raid. But then again, also keep the questions coming. If you got any questions, if any of us have been picking any off, other than I've seen the chat with everybody, which is awesome.
I'm getting some questions about the cats. The little black and white one is baby. Basically, she's our little baby girl because she's just tiny. She's 13 years old, but she's tiny. And the big one you saw that's mostly black and just a little bit of white, that's Socks, because his back feet are completely white up to the knee. So it looks like he's wearing some athletic socks. But that's my big boy Socks. He's like 19 pounds. So
19 pounds. Still smaller than one of my Maine Coons that I have.
But he's not a Maine Coon. So he's a domestic short hair. That's all. He's just a standard, a tuxedo domestic short hair. So, my cats eat what I eat. So there you go. And I eat from 3 people at a time. I cook for 5 and eat for 3.
You're my kind of man.
And so, yeah, my cats, like literally the other night I had some chili. My cat ate chili.
Wow. The skid marks from the cat after that.
Nope. My cat eats what I eat, so there's no digestive issues whatsoever.
Here's some leafy lettuce. Have some fun, cat.
That'll make us both sick. And hungry 3 minutes later.
Man, that's just nuts. So yeah, we got about a half an hour to kill for the podcast. Absolutely awesome. Got lots of stuff talking about and stuff like that. Absolutely great that everybody's been popping in and say hi and all that. Yes, it's Big Billy Whiskey is streaming. Yes, he is. I just checked that, actually. I just checked. So yeah, if you guys want to get your streams up and going, we will be keeping an eye on, and definitely in about a half an hour or so, we will be picking a lucky viewer and sending all you awesome people over to them and to help them out. Where is he? Or he was streaming. Where did he go?
And I also remember, this is just kind of a chat as well. So if anybody had any other questions about streams or about tools, throw them out. Throw them out. Happy to discuss them. We all have our very different expertise, if you will. So anything y'all are inquiring about, if we don't know it, I'm sure we can look it up quickly and find some more details about it. And we'll talk about it on the next chat.
Yeah.
So it's only a month away.
That's right. So Rhino threw up that link there for converting clips to TikTok. Has anybody had a chance to try that out?
Hello.
Oh, you were cutting out there,
You
Vince.
cut out a bit there.
Cutting
See,
out.
well, let me name drop for him. That is a Wave 3 microphone.
There you go. Let's go.
NVIDIA broadcasting tool down the drain.
Wait, hold on. Don't say that because I just got that yesterday.
There you're at. You might want to talk to Vincinerater and Not So Deathproof about the NVIDIA broadcasting tool and audio setups.
I'm already having trouble with it, with the camera side of it, because for some reason it seems to want to override in OBS my phone camera with the Droid Cam access tool. And it's like, what are you doing? It like keeps shutting down one connection and bringing up the my work related webcam, my C920. So I'm dealing with something there that I got to figure out. But yeah, I'm already learning very quickly.
No, I was just asking if I'm not cutting out. If anybody's tried that TikTok tool that Rhino showed there.
I haven't yet. I've been meaning to, because I do have a TikTok, but I haven't really developed any additional content recently that I need to work on. Again, I'm learning more of the editing tools, and I've been kind of creating them myself rather than using like a standard clip and then uploading that through that tool, because that's what that is. It's for grabbing a clip and just dropping it in there, and that can be a lot to help you just continue to push additional content. But for me, I'm kind of like trying to develop specific content, so I'm not using it currently. But
that one's there is just to take an existing clip or a video that you've got, drop it in, pick the template that you want. So if your clip has a webcam of you and then the game or whatever, the formatting allows you to centralize where your webcam is and move it to whatever template that they have, and then put the game as, and then just pump out a video format that suits for that type of short clip platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram and whatever you want to put it on. But if you got specificness that you want to do, definitely learn editing tools that help you would get that. But this is great for somebody that just has zero editing or doesn't want to learn editing tools. Just drop it in there, try it out. It's free. It works well.
A lot of times it's just about pushing the content. It's not about what you push, about just pushing sometimes. So by all means, it's a great tool. I just haven't utilized it because I've been really working on editing tools. So again, trying to develop an additional expertise. And to put it out there, I'm not knocking the Wave 3. I'm just saying he's got a Wave 3 with all the technical issues that he has. I mean,
that's my PC. That's not my Wave 3.
Here we go, making excuses already.
This is not the dirty rat talking, because he's not moving his lips at all, but the Wave 3 is not the end-all be-all.
Vincinerator did get rid of an animated overlay that did make his audio crackle a lot, just because for some reason, even though his video was really small, it's just the way it was pushing through the stream, it just crackled all his audio until it was done.
We did have a good question. Thank you, Kill the Dukes, for keep pushing that from Flexstar. Do you have any tips on keeping viewers entertained or to keep chat going while streaming? Nope, nothing.
Sleep on stream, or stream a black screen.
Or just get a hot tub. That's working nowadays.
Yeah, your missus still wants me to do that.
Hey, she ain't the only one, mate.
Bushy, stay out of my head. I don't need you stealing my content. All right.
I thought we were, collabing on this, but okay, whatever.
Okay, so keeping entertained and stuff that varies. Again, it's hard if you got not a lot of viewers. I do remember my early days of streaming, keeping myself entertained. Was trying to keep me while the stream was going was a lot harder than worrying about my 2 viewers at the time. But just just interact periodically. If you see at the corner of your eye, hey, you got a new person saying hi in the chat, just acknowledge, hey, how you doing, and stuff like that. The chat kind of takes care of itself after a while. When you get a nice group of people popping into the chat, everybody's talking with each other. You periodically pop in a word or two and stuff like that, just to keep the conversation going. When you have not very many viewers, yeah, it gets a little harder. I just talk about the game, talk about whatever's going on. Just keep it. Don't complain. like, you can complain all you want, but just remember, in the long run, complaining that first impression might hit wrong with some new viewers. But just have fun. Just chat about the game, chat about what's going on. Any other suggestions?
Well, I mean, I was going to piggyback what you said about don't complain real quick.
Yeah.
What you put out is what you bring in. So if you're putting out complaints and bad attitude, you're going to bring in people that are going to be similar to that. And if that's you, that's fine. If you're the next Dr. Disrespect, throw it out there that you're going to scream and flip a table, by all means. But if that's not you, don't put that content out there, and then you don't attract that into your community. If you another example, look at, again, Stone Mountain puts nothing but positive vibes and gets a lot of positive vibes in return. Now, not to say that somebody's not going to come in and troll the other way, opposite direction, but hey, if you've gotten that, you've made it.
and also, if you feel like having a rant day, like I did, it's all good. Just don't make it every freaking day. That's all.
What were you ranting about, Rhino?
What was I ranting about? Oh, I don't know. I think my green screen. I don't know.
I would say as well, don't pay attention to the views that you have as well, because the stats do not reflect what's happening. The stats are always going to be behind on these sort of things as well. So potentially you could be streaming to one person, but effectively in reality, you've got like 5 or 6 people. You're just waiting for your stream to catch up to the numbers. Yeah. So if you're looking dejected or not having fun with it, you probably aren't going to keep them in because they're not engaged with you. But if you're having fun with the game that you're playing and people can generally see that, they're going to want to stay in because they've come to you for obviously either the game that you're playing, you've got attraction that way, or they've heard from you from a friend of a friend or a group or something like this. So just, keep talking, as Vinny said. Sorry, Rhino. Two beautiful, one semi-bold, one bold man. I get confused. It's my old age. I put my hands up to that one.
Not talking to me.
No, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I didn't even call you semi-bold.
I even got a fucking rhino on my shirt. Come on.
I know, it's fair. It's a big clue, ain't it?
Hold on. Which one is which?
Yeah, which one?
Stop looking at me like that there. I see you down there.
But you come to my dreams. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. That's because if you have fun, people see that you're having fun with the game that you're playing.
So the other, there's another question here. Streaming directly on Xbox or console in general, can set up a camera to stream though that way. It depends on your console, because I don't know Xbox very much, but I know on PS4 and PS5, they have a proprietary camera slot for the camera. So they do want you to use the Sony camera for streaming with a camera directly from the console. So not any USB camera will work on that. But there are some tricks. You can stream directly from a console and connect to your Twitch and use like something like Stream Elements or something if you have a laptop nearby, and then do it that way without a capture card by connecting your camera to the laptop and then running it through. It just gets tricky. So I don't recommend it yet, but there are things out there that you can do to get a camera up and going. When I first got my PS5, I had to wait because the way my stream setup is, because the PS5 does not have an optical out for audio. So I had to do a couple of little change, but I had to wait a week to get a little an extra little part in to help me fix my setup. So I was using the PS5 broadcasting tool, which I've never used the console broadcasting tool on the PS4. So I tried the PS5 one. It worked really, really well. The quality was great during that week of streaming some Godfall and co-streaming with local Pescato Gaming at the time. If I had the PS5 camera connected to it, it was able to put a camera up if I wanted to. I got to see the chat messages pop up on my screen, right on the screen, so I can read it without turning my head to anything. So it does work very well. If you can't set up a capture card or a laptop or whatever, don't bother. Use what you got, and there's lots of setup tools and lots of ways of doing stuff. Check YouTube out. There's a lot of things to help you with that as well.
Yeah.
And different extensions to use within Twitch from a console as well. For the Xbox side, I'm not 100% sure because I don't use Xbox, but because I don't know if the
Boo.
Boo, Xbox. I think on the Xbox side, you actually have to run. Yeah. On the Xbox side, I think you actually need to install the Twitch app, and then you can open up the Twitch and then stream directly from there.
Okay. Yeah, because on the PS5, you just put in your Twitch account, bang, you're there.
Yeah.
Or put in your YouTube account, bang, you're streaming.
Yeah,
but there is one downside.
You can also direct stream to YouTube with your PS5, right, or PS4.
Yeah.
But the downside to direct streaming through your console is, so I used to stream a lot of Black Ops 3 zombies, and we used to go for the world record speed runs of the DLC maps, and we got to Revelations, let's say DLC 4. And it blue screened every single game. So every time it blue screened, the stream cuts out and you have to reset up a stream. Once you're doing that every time, that gets tedious. That's the one thing I'm going to say is the downfall to console streaming. But apart from that, there is no problem. It's it's direct from your console itself.
So on the PlayStation for that blue screen or whatever, the broadcasting tool only runs when you're in the game.
Yes.
So as soon as you pause it or go out of the menu to add people to a party chat, you get the blue screen. As soon as you leave the game in any way, shape, or form, it goes to blue screen because that's the way that the broadcast tool works.
But I mean, if your game crashed, it would actually just close the... Yeah, it would just absolutely mess up the stream whatsoever because you have to cut the game out. And if you on the PS4, I'm not sure about the PS5, but if you close the game down, it just closes the stream down like that.
Yeah.
Which was annoying. Yeah. But yeah, that's the one thing I'd say about console.
Ugh, console gamers.
I know, right? I'm sitting here, bloody console gamers and their controllers. What are they doing?
If you want to play on a controller, a controller, get a computer.
Bit better, Vinny. Got a little bit of a control freak on this.
Oh,
don't show him that. Nice.
Hacker. Have buttons on the back of mine.
That's where I got this one here. We can change the thumbsticks any way we want.
Hackers.
I don't have the back paddles. I'm not a hacker.
What? You don't have the back paddles?
I actually don't yet. I need to get a brand that I'm not going to name. Yes.
Ooh,
I need to get a Battle Beaver. No. Scuff.
I used to use Scuff for my controllers.
I used to use Scuff, and then Battle Beaver come along, and they're so much better. That's all I'm going to say about that.
As soon as I got this PS5 controller, I just went, this is comfy. All he needed was 2 damn back buttons. That's all.
Yeah, any of us that were watching your streams early on when you got that PS5, Rhino, we all know why you like that controller.
That's why I got 2.
At least you're honest about it.
I got more than one.
I mean, listening to him play that first demo game, he's like, "Ooh, the haptic control."
Let's just say
I had to wipe the controller down a couple of times. I will.
No, that is the downside of PC gaming. You get no haptic or rumble in this keyboard and mouse.
That's not entirely true. There are certain products you can buy that can give you haptic control and actually give it over to the control to your viewers.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Did you not see a video of a guy who made it himself?
Redemption.
Hang on a second.
Channel redemption.
Yeah, there was a guy who made haptic feedback for his mouse and keyboard, and it was literally just some weights next to him going off mad every time he was shooting for COD. I don't think I could ever do that for a keyboard and mouse. That must be painful to try and do that.
You can connect. I've seen somebody connect. Those electrotherapy shock paddles.
Yep.
And you hook them up to their different parts of their body, like legs, arms, and chest. And just literally when they got shot, it would register into that system, and just wherever they got shot, it would shock them.
One step closer to Ready Player One.
This is a modification, though. These keyboards don't exist.
No, they don't. But you can do them yourself as a mod, as you said.
You can mod up, and there are people that do some crazy stuff like that. I really want to feel this game. I don't want to feel like I've gotten shot ever. Yeah. But by all means, you do you.
Well, let's just say
Connect it
Chantel
right
really
to the
does like
pacemaker.
Astro's Playroom on this as well, because she'd never played on the PS5 until like maybe last week. So I gave her a little demo of Astro's Playroom. She didn't put it down until she played through it. Like, she thought it was the best piece of kit on the PS5 that she's used so far. I was like, fair dues to you on that one. She loved it.
Now, the other side of that as well, Daryl, is the developers have to develop to take full advantage of the controller, right? Because you know, my biggest pet peeve with the Assassin's Creed Valhalla PS5 version of it, I switched to that version. I'm like, oh, it looks a lot better. Yes, but it had no rumble until another patch came out to give us the old rumble back into the game. But it had so much potential to use the haptic feedback in Assassin's Creed, especially with the bow and arrow, the sword play, the fighting, throwing knives, like being able to feel the different footsteps. They didn't bother. They just, we're just going to port the game over, call it the PS5 version, and give it a pretty little colors and stuff like that. So that's what they did. But then again, played Astro's Playground, the game that comes with it. I was blown away at what the controller can do.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Watch Dogs PS5 version actually uses the haptic feedback. So when you shoot an SMG in Watch Dogs, you actually feel the trigger vibrating as you shoot, versus, you know, Assassin's Creed.
Rhino. We heard how. Yeah.
So apparently in Returnal, when it's raining, Rhino. In Returnal, when it's raining, apparently the raindrops play with the haptics in the controller.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Also, in Returnal,
Rhino's going to be standing in the rain all night.
Yeah. Also, in Returnal, they have the triggers as well react differently depending on if it's a force or if it's just halfway pushed in on Returnal, from my understanding, from what I've been watching in the game as well. For the early people that got access to it and then breaking their embargoes by showing it early.
Well, Rin Sky's saying that, of course, the Final Fantasy 14 updated so that they have the haptic feedback.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
I haven't played a Final Fantasy since, I think, legitimately Final Fantasy 4 or 5 on Nintendo. So that's not entirely true. I tried playing Final Fantasy 14, the MMO style, and when I saw that I could be beaten up by a ladybug, I shut it down.
That's kind of how I felt about Sekiro when I got beat up by a chicken.
Yeah, and chicken on the roof, that first one.
Yeah.
I got killed by that sucker too. Dr. Severon was trying to pet the damn thing when he first saw it.
Well, of course he was. Yeah. He's got that notion, which truly it does mean, but he's got that notion that they're all about family. No, not that chicken. That chicken's looking for some human meat. That's what he looking for.
OG Don Mecca, did Scuff get any better when Corsair bought them out? No. In fact, they pulled about I used to have the Scuff Vantage 1 and the Vantage 2 controller, which was Sony licensed to them to actually have the Sony buttons, the triangle and stuff, all and the Sony logo on it. And also it had the control sticks were like the Xbox. They were off-centered type thing. Very comfortable controller. The first one was a lemon. Everything didn't work on it. Even when you try to realign all the sticks and everything, you still had ghosted swerving without even touching the sticks. For your character would just bolt off like a Toyota and for no reason. The second one, which they replaced mine with the second one free of charge, was a lot more solid. It worked really well, but the back paddles weren't strong enough. So you would snap the back paddles really quickly. So once the buyover took over, they got rid of Advantage completely. So we don't know if there's another one coming out for the PS5 or not. And then they slimmed their lineup down. So, hey, look at us now. We got bought over. Here's a bunch of these new controllers, which are the same controllers, just different color schemes now. So that's all they've been doing so far. There has not been anything brand new from Scuff, other than some type of armrest thing that you can buy now for your arms.
That being said, with all that you mentioned...
Oh, they have a headset. No, sorry. They have a new headset that looks pretty interesting.
I would say that even though I'm not a Corsair hater, has anything that Corsair's ever bought gotten better?
I don't know. I like the RAM that I got from them. It's nice and pretty colors.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
can't see it from my heat sink, but it's not bad.
Well,
I mean,
because they bought Elgato and nothing's
Yeah.
changed on that. I mean, they haven't
No,
gotten
well,
better.
they kept it
Haven't
separate
gotten
company.
worse.
So they bought the company, but their Elgato still runs as an Elgato brand. Like Scuff, when they bought Scuff, same thing. They're keeping it as a, but I guess they might have, as part of the takeover, they probably just cleaned house of everybody and the SKUs of too many items. But with the Elgato deal, I believe Elgato still runs as Elgato. It's just Corsair owns them.
Yeah, they still have their own separate website. It's all
And Elgato split into
separated.
2 sections as well, right? Because they have the home smart devices too, right? Whatever they're called. So they separated as well for that. So Elgato gaming stuff, and then the smart home stuff, and all under the Corsair umbrella.
yeah. I don't have any issues with Corsair.
Oh, and any other questions about Final Fantasy? I see Evolving Shadows is in the house in the chat. He's the guy you need to talk to about Final Fantasy stuff. Definitely. Because I think he's been playing the Final Fantasy Online one that's free up to a certain section, or
14.
Yeah, something like that or whatever. He's been playing that and a few other Final Fantasy stuff. Andy DeLippi's been doing speed runs and one of the older Final Fantasies on his Twitch channel.
Not only that, but in Evolving Shadows streams, you're going to get a lot of different voices as well.
Oh yeah, how he talks about everything and that his voiceovers. Yeah.
Yes, he does a lot of voiceovers.
Daryl, he's doing that without software.
Oh no, he told me this earlier. Trust me, I
don't
found
need
this out.
any software to talk like this at all, at any time.
I mean, technically, I don't
we
need
got the
software to
software
talk like
here.
this, but I just do it for fun.
Well,
I could talk like that if you wanted.
the old lady one's creepy.
We
But
could
I'm
talk like we're on a
waiting-
phone call.
I'm waiting
Like-
for Evolving Shadows to use the old man from Family Guy. Hey there, little buddy. Come
I
on
used-
down to the basement with me.
So, Fredo in the chat, I can take my teeth out. I had a horrible car accident when I was younger. Every now and again, and you'll notice it on stream, I'll just pop out a little whistle on my S's, just like the creepy guy you're talking about right now. I can do him near enough pitch perfect if I wanted to, but I ain't pulling my teeth out. We ain't doing that on this one.
I say we need a hop train.
Hang on, you talked about it. You have to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We got
Oh, no.
the hop train and get him to pull the teeth shot.
Yeah, let's get the hype train going.
It'll happen one day, I promise. Just
you
get enough
sure?
booze inside me, I'll be whapping my teeth out.
you
Maybe
sure
more
about
else if you want. I'm not like the dirty rat. I'll twerk on stream.
You have no morals.
No, sir. No, I do not.
Anything for $1.
Dollar bill, y'all.
I'd buy that for $1. There you go. Movie reference for anybody who knows, you know.
All right.
Flashback to our
towards the
lovely
end here.
80s.
Getting towards the end, is any other last minute stuff that you guys want to pop out of the chat and talk about quickly or anything? 'Cause other than
Do
that,
you have any questions for us?
for us or for anybody? Nobody. We're good. Let's go. Bolt. Dine and dash. We got our affiliation. Fuck off.
That
Sounds just like Rhino. That sounds just like you.
Whoa.
Rhino just collected all these biddies and subs, and he's just going to eat them and take them.
Rhonda, I knew I loved you for another reason than your name being Rhonda. All we want for Christmas is our front teeth. That's it. I hear it. I get it.
I mean, I have my teeth, but I did knock out my sister's front tooth.
When will a rat twerk? Come on, rat.
I'm twerking right now, free for gaming. I'm twerking right now.
Your chair's getting rubbed down really well, ain't it?
This padding in this seat.
From twerking. How close was she?
The padding in this seat is really getting working right now. Let me tell you that. It is really enjoying the view. Unfortunately, you're not going to.
Now, careful. You might ruin the ass groove.
Oh, no. I worked that in real good.
When's the sky cam going in?
Sky cam.
You know what? I was actually messing around with, because I've got 2 cams and I've got a C920. I was thinking about pointing that down right at my keyboard so that I'd have a top-down view over keyboard. So that may be something coming in the future. Little things that I'm trying to figure out now that I'm redoing my entire freaking stream setup.
How's that going?
Oh,
you're
lovely.
You're setting up
Lovely.
dual PCs, right?
This is why I tell everybody. This is why I said early on. Just go ahead and wipe out all of your setup. Just wipe it out. Redo it from scratch.
Just have as much fun as you're having right now.
Oh, it's so much
That's what
fun.
I did. That's what I did. I started from scratch. Then
I might wipe my PC right after this podcast, just for fun.
I can wipe my own ass.
I can, but I get Chantel to do it for me.
That's what it feels like I'm doing now that I'm having to redo all of my stream setup. I feel like that's what I'm learning how to do. It's like,
all right,
back up and document.
All right, you guys,
you IT specialist, stop it.
Escape button.
Alt F4, just stop it all.
There you go, Jedi Bandit. Just export it. There you go. Simple solution.
Yeah. But it's not on the same system, so you would have
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting it, and it's still on my old system for the streaming, but I'm also setting it up on my new system too, so I can just do one PC if I want.
Flexstar, absolutely. Thank you very much for popping
Thank you,
in.
Matty.
Absolute pleasure. Flexstar, I think you got a couple of new followers because I did post your channel everywhere earlier today. So if you did, awesome. Again, hopefully I'm going to check out some streams too. Either of you guys that are on right now, see anybody interesting on your list that you want to raid anybody?
Well, I do want to point out the trolling question that Kill the Dukes dropped. How amazing is Outriders? I don't know. How amazing is it to reload the game every few days? How amazing is it to wait on a new... How amazing is it that a game is basically Cyberpunk without being Cyberpunk?
Shade.
To be fair to Cyberpunk, I never lost my gameplay or guns.
Exactly.
So.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't actually Outriders worse than Cyberpunk? Isn't it actually? With all of the original release issues that you couldn't play with your friends,
well,
you couldn't
hold on a second.
It's
you were losing your equipment. You were.
I agree with you. Core issues for sure, Dirty Rat. But playing with other people, that's Square Enix servers, not theirs. Crossplay was Square Enix's problem, not theirs. But the core stuff, I'll agree. But I agree with Vincent. I never lost the gun or items, whatever, when Cyberpunk crashed or anything like that. Also, depending on the platform, because Outriders for me ran very well. I just occasionally got booted out of it once in a while, and that was only time running with somebody else. But if I was running solo, I had no problems in that. And I only got hit with the inventory thing in the demo. So I have not been. I've been very fortunate in not getting hit by that. But Cyberpunk, on the other hand, very first day I streamed that, 5 crashes right on stream. The second day I streamed it, 4 more crashes. After that, another 4. It's getting another update, I heard, as well. Again,
that game's going to get updates until it's completely shut down.
I think because the true next gen version of those games don't come out until the end of the year now. So
yeah.
But other than that, the last couple of times I jumped back into Cyberpunk, it ran nicely. It's still a beautiful looking game. Unfortunately, it just got plagued at the beginning. Outriders, it depends on the platform where most of the problems that those people had. Like, I didn't experience a lot of the stuff, but I did.
And that was the same for Cyberpunk too, as far as the platform.
And I know I didn't have the stalker that Vincent did in Cyberpunk, because he had the one mission there where you got to drive this guy that doesn't speak any English to a specific area. And then for the rest of his stream, that guy followed him everywhere in his game.
It was awesome.
Mission.
It was awesome. And it wasn't even just that stream. Like, anytime I'd load up the game,
he was there.
That guy, I turned to my right while I was driving the car one day. I'm like, whoa, where did you come from? And then he'd follow you everywhere.
Hold on, was he in the car with you? Was he just running beside the car like, hey, I've got you, buddy?
No, he was sitting inside the car at one point, and I couldn't get rid of him without fast travel. You can fast travel, but he would just randomly pop up. All of a sudden,
you had a stalker.
This guy is there. I had a stalker. Yeah.
Did you report it?
No, I thought it was kind of funny. We just let him be.
But did he help you?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he just got in the way.
He didn't.
So
He
he was basically the press. He was just there to watch.
He's just watching.
Damn voyeurs.
But yeah, Freya, definitely backwards. Like you had more issues on the other game than Outriders on your system. I had the opposite, so it does happen. So and I know Killa Dukes, she plays on the same system as I do, and she had a few more crashes in Cyberpunk that I didn't get. But some of the bugs in Cyberpunk were pretty funny.
They were. I mean, I had some awesome bugs in Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
and I had one crash when I played it, but I mean, I was on PC.
So who knows? All right. I think it's time to rate somebody. Who do we got here?
Big Billy Whiskey's still on.
Yeah.
I saw Hawks was in here early.
Yep.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Hawks is streaming.
Yeah. Big Billy Whiskey is not affiliated, so and he's got 2 viewers right now. Hydro Buds is on. Actually, there's a lot of people on right now. Holy crap!
And if anybody didn't know, there's my third cat. This one's also 19 pounds and apparently doesn't want me talking in my microphone. But this one's a domestic long hair.
How long's that foam filter over the top of your microphone?
He looks like what's his face, Toothless from How to Train Your
Dragon. Yeah, I had a black Maine Coon that was exactly the same thing as How to Train Your Dragon. There, Toothless, and in fact, I named him Toothless. He was so cute. You pet him, and all of a sudden he grabbed onto you. So he got you pretty good. Big Billy is not affiliated. Big Billy is not affiliated. They're not so dead proof. He's not. Yeah. So I think he might be the winner. I think we're gonna send everybody to them.
Ding 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 ding. Tell him what he's won, Bob.
What he's won, Bob. He's won all of you awesome viewers, all 25 of you at the moment. And I don't know, maybe thank you for coming out. I don't know. Maybe some weird sounds from Daryl's voiceover.
Bye.
Everybody that tuned in, thank you for popping in. Thank you for all the questions. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you to my co-hosts today and the last minute co-hosts, the Bushi family. Absolute pleasure. Again, this podcast will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. Again, you can leave comments there as well. We will answer them and bring the questions to the next podcast next month. Other than that, we are going to show the awesomeness of the community, and we are going to go raid somebody. And again,
it's all about you right now.
Yeah,
it's all about you.
It's all about me. So it's Big. Oh, by the way, I did run some Outriders with It's Big Billy Whiskey as well. He had absolute blast, even though my internet sucked that day. All right, here we go. Big Billy Whiskey. Raid has started. So again, everybody, humongous thank you for popping out. Don't forget, if you pop into Big Billy Whiskey, say hi to him, have fun, get him chatting. Don't forget to refresh your page once you get rated over there. This way the viewership does count. To everybody else, humongous thank you. And we'll see you guys in the next stream. Take care.